Morning all, tcDetects are back out again on this field behind me, which I've been on, I think, once before. In theory, I'm on the line of a footpath, not a current footpath, shows up on the maps about 120 years ago. So I'm going to try and follow that with the Rutus Versa, see what we find today. I'm running 3.7 on the Rutus Versa, which is the new software publicly available. So I've moved up from the beta version of that I was using to the official public version. I'm running in factory settings for 3.7 and I'm using normal field mode. We'll probably tweak as we go, but if I do, I'll mention it as I go along. So along there, try and find the footpath or evidence of it. It's very wet, it's very windy, so the drone's not going up today, and the ground is a little bit waterlogged, but you never know what you're going to find. Fingers crossed. Off we go. And first up, a bit of a scratchy signal. Nearly didn't dig it, but you know it's like when you get a first signal. And it is what I thought was originally a button, but it looks like it's not a button. It's not really got a shank, so I think it's a stud. It's probably been pressed into leather, something like that. Not sure it's particularly old, but yeah, there you go. Some form of leather stud, probably to do with the bridle wear, horsey stuff. And next up, or rather there's a one I didn't film, which turned out to be a screw, and then the next one is this little, well, one of those things you get when you get flat pack from IKEA. So I might have entered a little bit of the field where there's some green waste. Unfortunate, to say the least. Also very waterlogged now, so my feet are going in. Muddy. I'm still sort of heading that way. So I'm hoping it sort of dries up. Unfortunately, we've had what feels like weeks of rain, so all my permissions are waterlogged to some degree or another. Anyway, we will crack on, see what else we find. And just down there, there's nothing there now, but there used to be a building that showed up on the old map, so it's probably not been there for 100 years. But it's very trashy in that area, so I'm not going that far over. And anyway, the footpath doesn't seem to extend that far because there's a lane next to it. But all of that, so there is some habitation in the area, as well as a farm across the lane. And we've just had our first party fact of the day. Shame it's not complete, because I do love a good beehive thimble. As you can see here, we've got, hard to age sometimes, but the dots themselves don't look that regular, like they would, or do they? I don't know, I'd say late medieval probably on the beehive thimble. Damn shame it's not complete. And it was a surface one, as you can see. Part of it's dry, part of it was just stuck in the mud, so I spotted it as soon as the Versa went over it. But yeah, nice party fact. Will come as no surprise, the regulars on the channel, that I found a button. Found a tiny little cute button, shank on the back, some age to it I think. I wouldn't normally show it, but I've just found another one exactly the same, about 30 feet away. So maybe, and when I say the same, I mean exactly the same size, shape, colour, patternation, etc. So maybe somebody's lost a garment, or maybe, you know, back in last 100 years or so, somebody's decided to try and improve the soil quality, maybe drainage, by using old clothes on the field. There you go. And a very strong signal here in the 79, 80 range, decent line. Weather's coming in, starting to rain. Let's see what that is. Just a bit of tut, unfortunately. A bit of alley scrap by the look of it. You can see why I give such a good signal. And here we have another signal in the late 70s, early 80s. That's 81, 82. that too clear? Is that trash? Let's find out, see if we can do it live. Soil is really claggy on this field, so this might not be the easiest thing to do. Oh, there we go. We've got a coin. What have we got? A button. Looks like no shank. Looks like we have our first coin of the day. A glint of silver. Do we have silver? Let's just clean that up. So it does indeed look like some form of silver. I will clean that up later, but yeah, looks like we are on the silver. Like I said, really claggy here, so I can't get the soil off easily because it's just got soil all over my gloves as well. But yeah, that definitely a silver coin, shape or pattern on the back, half crown, something like that maybe. And the next one's down here, it's about 6 inches down. I can just see the edge of what looks like either a coin or a button there. The signal originally sounded like one of those where there was like 2 things next to each other. I can only see one at the minute, so we'll get this one out and then see if there's a second signal or if it was just the way that the thing was laying. So we have what looks like another coin, same size as the other one. I don't think this one's silver, unfortunately. Lovely copper tones. Yeah, so we've got again a fairly battered pre-decimal, probably a George, maybe a Vicky, something or other. We'll try and clean it up later. And now we'll see if there's anything else in this particular hole. Bear with. And from about 6 inches down there we have this little thing, which I don't know. When did it start ringing birds? Because it's that sort of right size and shape. It's got nothing on it and it looks old and battered. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something else that just happens to be a very similar size and shape ring thingy. Any thoughts? Put it in the comments. And next up is this interesting lead item. Really clear signal you'd expect. I thought it might be, you know, like a spindle wheel or something, but not hollow, no hole in it. Quite chunky. It seems to have this sort of line going across it with 3 little dots. Not sure. I don't know, is that a gaming piece? Or am I just imagining things? Or did it have some purpose? Anyone got any ideas? Please put it in the comments as usual. Thank you very much.